So hopefully this time it's gonna be fine. But it's gonna be somebody having some extra map file in their documents, because documents overrides even wobbly mods, unfortunately, and it then causes problems like these. So stuff like that could be because of that. So hopefully this time it's gonna be holding a bit longer, and we're gonna be coming into a proper game with all the players here from Deities of Death and Pandora Box. Yes, we are looking at Odin Ulf, and the civilizations then are going to be what? Odin Ulf obviously gonna be playing Odin, so what else with the Ulf Sarks in there? Agua Heimdall gonna be playing Oranos, and last is gonna be Poker Star with Hades, so quite a nice diversity. As for Pandora Box, Gabo, their clan leader, gonna be playing Zeus, Mozi, another Zeus, and Loki for Melo 45. So the double Zeus on a map like Watering Hole is usually quite strong, so looking forward to how they're gonna be playing and if they have some kind of special strategy prepared for all of this. So let's look if that's gonna be working this time as well for them as we expect, or if maybe Deities of Death are just gonna be a bit more of a chunk that they can be chewing for them. But to be honest, with the lineups here, I think we should be seeing quite a solid gameplay all around. Poker Star and Aigo Heimdall and Odin Ulf are definitely solid players, but so are PXs, and definitely not bad either. They are overall not bad players either. So should be really having quite a tight match on our hands yet again, with a bit different gameplay, because Watering Hole is a map that we haven't seen in this session that we are streaming today yet. On the right flank, there's going to be another TC available for Heimdall, as he is going to be playing the flank position against Gabo, and it's going to be Zeus versus Oranos. We have seen that matchup today already. Definitely didn't go all that well for the Zeus, so let's see if this time is going to be something similar. And there is a relic. Can we see it? There's a relic for the Hippaspis and whatever, so kind of anti-infantry it seems like, right? Yeah, Hippaspis, Iron of Orno, Axeman, Throwing Axeman, Kerobalista, damage, so there's definitely anti-infantry for them. As on the left flank we are gonna be seeing Melo 45, but in the pocket it's gonna be Mozi, seems to be having quite a nice position for Zeus, so looking forward to his boom and how effective he's gonna be in the later game with Underworld Passage and stuff like that. As there's another relic, it's gonna be for Hoplite, Spearman, and Ulfsak, Murmilo, Hack Attack at this point, as Odin Ulf is already gonna be getting some extra hunt for himself, and he's gonna be casting it actually where, because it wasn't exactly all that visible on the minimap. So where did he exactly cast it? Did he cast it for a friend somewhere? Because so far I don't really see it. There's gonna be a bit of a fight between Rhino and a few citizens from the Atlantean. Few lions to the top side. Plenty of gazelles, but that seems to be standard herd pretty much for him. So I'm really not certain that he actually cast it. I haven't exactly seen it, because unfortunately really on minimaps some god powers are not exactly visible. Kinda halfway thinking he might have been casting it on the Rhino, so that he gets a bit more extra food, because you can see how close they are to each other. They usually don't want that way. And as they multiply, they tend to be right next to each other, obviously. So that's what you would be expecting, that the Great Hunt has been cast on. Interesting decision, maybe could have been getting at least a few extra piggies from that, but he opted to go this way. Yeah, well, apparently this one, who is not even a hunter, is gonna be receiving the brunt of the damage from the Rhino. That was kinda close, maybe almost lost his life there. But we, of course, we are gonna be seeing plenty of extra hunt all across the map, together with extra gold mines, because we are on Watering Hole. And it's gonna be a relic discovered a bit more to the right for Foot Trickle. Not exactly a game changer, but could be amounted to a free upgrade in time if things go reasonably well, as cheaper archers, trolls and centaurs is a rather interesting upgrade on the relic, especially for Zeus. If he's gonna be coming for Centaur Raiden, it's gonna be really kinda curious. We have seen those strategies being used all together today, and already today rather, that's what I was looking for in that word there. Now the villages are moving forward, and he's gonna be moving, of course, for the hunt in the middle. Almost could be seen like, since we are at about 4 minutes, that he could be heading for a front TC, but no, we are on a hybrid, so therefore nothing in the classic age that could be construed as building a town center, so therefore he will have to wait for the quite a lot later age in the game. Better human soldier PS armor, certainly quite a nice upgrade, basically like half of a up from armory, pretty much. As elephants are still here, and the map is kind of funnily spawned when you think about it overall, because he needs to be walling just about like there, maybe like here. The little forest is gonna be certainly helpful, and to the bottom, and then he's gonna be reasonably safe, because there's a funny water in the middle, but it's funny in kind of multiple ways, because it can be also becoming funny, as in this TC in water range, not only from this bottom pool, but this one as well. This one is certainly in water range, and well, there are gonna be similar shenanigans possible on the left side with this TC, absolutely certainly. And maybe even this one from the middle point here. So opportunities and options are there for all the clans and for all the players, as PokerStar is coming for Athena as a Zeus. Or rather, sorry, Zeus. Hades, he's the Hades. So that is not that much of a surprise, but kinda curious if maybe they're gonna be interested in really aggressive gameplay. Apparently they will, gonna be dropping Archer Range and Stable, because as opposed to Titans, where you can be just going and switching into booming, you cannot exactly boom all that much here. You need to be going for the classical warfare, which, even as I said, that I'm gonna be looking forward to Zeus booming here. He probably will have to engage in some kind of classical age warfare, but maybe wanting to head into the heroic age a bit sooner so that he can unleash the power of the Zeus a bit later in the mythical age with Forge of Olympus and all kinds of shenanigans like that. Yeah, shenanigans, that was the player in the last game. It's gonna be kind of popular, I think, during the duration of the tournament. As PokerStar is gonna be heading into another Archer range, so basically just a few horses and archers on top of that, as Heimdall is going to be casting Valor, whereas PokerStar is coming for Sentinel already. Right next to his base? Not exactly. He's going to be casting it on the left side, because he's thinking that they are going to be under attack quite a bit, and they already are, as Melo is coming for him quite soon. And really, quite soon indeed, as Odinulf is apparently already in the next stage as well. Yes, he certainly is. What did he actually advance through? Freya? Yeah, he advanced through Freya. So fairly standard for Odin, not wanting to be risking anything else all that much. And it's gonna be, of course, resulting into him being able to defend this. And I kinda thinking it might have been a bit of an overreaction. But still, Sentinels do tend to be having a bit of a problem. Quite nice bolt in that. A bit later into the game, because once you are having TCs and plenty of buildings around them, then not all the Sentinels can be spawning. And if you are unlucky, you could be heading into a situation where you are gonna be spawning with like 1 or maybe 2. And that's something you definitely don't want at all. So yeah, that is something to think about when casting Sentinels, and kinda rather when to cast them. Not exactly like when you are casting them, but when in the game to get them in. As at the top side, he's gonna be already Oranos Heimdall coming forward, as Gabu is gonna be fighting him with Centaur Polemarch, at least a few of them, and Bolt onto, I think he did hit. Yeah, he did hit Hero Murmilon, definitely well done, because that one is quite dangerous for this gameplay, but he needs to be right now retreating with all the villages, because this is already compromised and he just doesn't have enough strength to be defending against it just now. He should be right now switching even into at least a few stables, because otherwise I don't expect he's gonna be having all that much luck. Interesting scouting by Heimdall to the back, so that he knows when his opponent is gonna be switching into another food source and hunt source in there, as Mozi is coming for the Centaur Radiant as well, as you would be expecting, and it's gonna be up to Chiron to protect the Hades player, and especially the Hades villages from all of the nonsense. A random movement of the Rhino, because of the wood line wanted to go somewhere a bit differently, as that's plenty of horses already right now coming back for PokerStar. So he seems to be basically well prepared for what is to come. Yeah, Odysseus is gonna be definitely dying fairly promptly, and so is going to be Jason a bit later. And a few, well, Centaurs are probably not gonna be changing that all that much I would be expecting. But on the left, there's quite a solid battle, as Melo is having so far quite a good game against Odinulf, as Odinulf seems to be slightly struggling, and definitely will be needing assistance from PokerStar as soon as possible. But thing is, that PokerStar is at the same time being raided by Mozi, so he cannot spare all of the units that he will be really needed for all of that. Not really great. Really doesn't. But anyway, there we are, with the army yet again being pushed back for Odinulf. So Melo is gonna be having quite a solid opportunity right now to push forward against him, and he probably should be following through, because the towers might be getting researched. And I mean, like, in a situation that he's in, it should be basically the natural reaction. Apparently not so much yet. So there's still gonna be some kind of opportunity for Red to be pushing forward, but he almost seems to be a bit more interested in helping Yellow, and kinda seeing PokerStar as a bigger threat, and therefore neutralizing him, maybe even neutering him at this point, and then dealing with the opponent, as Gabo is already gonna be casting Ceasefire because of the Raiden into his woodies, and that is slightly unusual, because usually losing woodies is not all that dire. Usually it's Ceasefire on gold miners, but we have to take into consideration the obvious fact that he's relying on wood for all the centaurs, and right now even switching into the farms, there's a lot of wood right now to be spending for him, as he seems to be switching into gold, and therefore some stable somewhere. Yeah, stable is being built on the right flank, and at this point he just doesn't need the wood all that much, and therefore probably didn't need to cast it all that direly. Okay, good scouting by Mozi. Very good scouting by Mozi. So Jason is gonna be having a bit of a field day with another Centaur Polemarch, and he should be sending... Okay. No, well, game is not gonna be improving for Odin Wolf. Not really too much. Not really too much. Let's see, this is gonna be kind of costly and painful. But he's already running away. Unfortunately, Mozzie kinda gave himself away and up. There's gonna be another one dying. As even the lions are gonna be slightly helping. So, you can be right now destroying a few villages. Special attack could be, like basically two special attacks could be destroying a villager. Because we are on unpatched version, obviously. So on the vanilla rules and everything like that. Oh, he's gonna be killing all of them. Very well done. This is exactly how dangerous Centaur Raiden is on the vanilla gameplay, and he's using it towards the full potential Mozzie. Very well done. Odin Wolf gonna be heading into way worse situation that he was already in, and PokerStar will be having to spend quite a lot of time helping him getting out of that mess, because that mess is getting quite real, especially with the build-up in the front by Melo45, who really definitely went for the forward one quite brazenly, without any kind of fear whatsoever. Definitely applauded by me. And reminds me of the olden times, and of, for example, DoD playing as well in a few games that I've actually uploaded recently. As if you are interested in some AOC experts, then yeah, well, they do play Age of Mythology from time to time. It's Tatoch and DoD and Viper. Can be finding maybe some games on their profile still on Woobly. And as I just said, also potentially on some YouTube. But anyway, let's go back to this game as we are looking at red. Still kinda punishing blue a whole lot more than Odin Wolf. I'm kinda slightly questioning the decision, as apparently a few Centaurs are gonna be dying here due to all the fire, so you can see Sentinels actually becoming handy. And towers finally researched as Heroic Age is coming from Apollo and Bragi. But I'm really kinda curious why Melo is not pursuing into Odin Wolf and why they actually don't try to destroy him altogether. Because right now he's hoping that he can win. He's even casting flamey weapons here. But he just doesn't have the army to deal with all of that. I really don't think that he has. If he fought against Odin Wolf, he could be probably just completely destroying him with the flaming weapons and stuff. As right now even counter restoration is just gonna be destroying him. Even more so. Even though flaming weapons are counter got power to restoration, so not exactly how it could be seen. But he needs to be right now retreating. Flaming weapons pretty much wasted, unfortunately. But he should be and could be still switching to the left side fast enough. But with all the amount, or with the amount of all the throwing axemen already prepared from Odin Wolf, I don't think that's gonna be working all that well. As to the top, Gabo is apparently doing quite a solid job trying to stay alive against Heimdall. But Heimdall is already in the Heroic Age, gonna be getting the second TC, even though he's right now under purview of Gabo21 himself, and he's gonna be sending plenty of Centaurs somewhere to the back, maybe trying to stop the TC. I'm kinda thinking he might actually be attempting to do that. Yeah, this is gonna be meeting of the Centaurs. Not meeting of the century, but of Centaurs, absolutely, certainly. As to the top, there are a few trolls from Melo still kinda guarding the gold mine, and kinda like wasting population limit maybe, but the defense in the green space is probably gonna be quite unsuccessful and insufficient, as right now the citizens are gonna be quite significantly slowed down and probably even completely destroyed because the army is not exactly present. Only one lone Murmilla is not going to be enough, but oh well, this is a lot of shining dudes here. And horses as well, so those Centaurs definitely have to run away and find another target. In the meantime, Red has been forced to go back, but he's gonna be right now finishing with the TC, which is, well, you can basically pick a side here, because either this or this could be considered either Melos or Odin Wolves. So I'm really liking this one a whole lot more because of the tactical position. Not only because of the build-up, but much more importantly, because of just basically the choke point position and guarding the way inside his base. That's a whole lot more important than anything else. A whole lot more important than anything else. As there's a bit of still scouting to the backside, trying to see if maybe something to raid is there available. As they're gonna be changing sides, and oh man, they're way too late. Way too late. At least they're gonna be killing the citizen, maybe even the second one. He was actually going, yeah, that's dangerous when the Manor is under damage. And he's sending it back to actually heal up. But this is gonna be right now resulting into already Wolf is being cast, as the dots are surprisingly resigning already. That's something I wouldn't expect. But it kind of makes sense slightly, but I'm slightly surprised even more than that. Because they think that with all the Mythical Age already in, and the extra TCs for Mozzie already at 3, and basically Heimdall not able to destroy Gabo completely, they are gonna be gone. But this is kinda weird decision, to be honest. But Odin Wolf was in a pretty bad shape. He really was, and right now the Wolfies will be kinda making sure that the economy won't be getting better. PokerStar apparently wasn't all that much better off. Only one who was well off was Heimdall. And they probably really were scared of, or rather scared, aware and wary of the extra TCs of Mozzie and Melo, and the fact that Gabo wasn't dead. And he was already advancing through Dionysus, he was definitely getting prepared. With the Mythical Age obviously on top of that for Mozzie. Well done. Well done by Pandora Box, and ATs of Death, well, they're probably gonna have to pull up some high calibers, not to be going into the loser's bracket. So quite first surprise is up here, and ATs of Death will have to fight a whole lot different battle. They want to be advancing into the winner's bracket. So there we are, this is gonna be Heimdall with the highest score here, quite deservedly, he was having kind of the best game, but Gabo wasn't too far behind, and he was doing significantly good job handling the Oranos. So you can see that the Oranos doesn't have to be really all that much of an insta-win or something. Definitely can be played against, and Gabo has shown us exactly that. So here we go, Melo, quite a solid game all around. He was having quite nice food and gold. As military counts, not exactly all that huge, units killed on Ulf and Heimdall. You can see this is actually just now showing how Gabo was playing well. Even though he was basically full center, so obviously you're not gonna be losing too many units. But thing is, that this includes villages, so therefore Heimdall wasn't even all that successful in killing villages. You are seeing such a low number here. So, nicely played, nice defense by Gabo apparently. Even though it didn't seem like at places, in the end it worked out rather nicely. The Mythical Ages at 1335. Yeah, well, that's something that ATs of Death did not expect too much, it seems. As there we go, so it's gonna be Odin Wolf. Yeah, dropping really badly. That was exactly what we were looking at. After the ceasefire, the Centaur Radiant and the Hunters getting completely destroyed, and it just didn't end only there. Like 26, 27 and dropping to about 70, so 10 villages dead in such an early stage of the game. That does tend to hurt, especially in vanilla. Good army from Heimdall, but also for PokerStar as well. You can see having quite a huge army as they were pushing on Melo on the left side. As Mozzie was still kinda getting prepared, but he will be really unleashing himself really quickly. GG.